or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Remember when I said you spell freedom F-O-O-D? It's really true. Legislation is in the process of restricting the growing and sharing of food. And a record number of Americans, over 43 million, depend on the government to feed themselves. Food prices are going up for Americans. Prices are going up, even for eFoodsDirect.com. This will require their first price increase in 3 years. The most important thing Americans can do for their own freedom and survival in these hardest of times is to get supplies of high-quality storable food. Because of the huge response to this buy 3 and get 1 free special, eFoodsDirect.com will continue this special until September 27th. Right now, you can buy 3 and get 1 free at the old prices. But move fast, because this offer ends September 27th. Call 1-800-409-5633 or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633 or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. We're here live, back Sundays live, 4 to 6 p.m. Central. We're going back to Howard and many others here in just a moment. We've been running specials for about 2 weeks at a time. This special's got another week left. You can get my pivotal, groundbreaking film that I think of my 26 films is the most powerful, Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. If you want the full story in a near 3-hour film of the eugenicists, the globalists, the world population reduction plan, all the admissions of that, the Bilderberg Group, the world government. It's in my film, Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. And for another week, you can get 4 copies for $19.95 for the price of 1. And then have 1 for yourself and give 3 away. Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, available at Infowars.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Now, I'm going to go back to Robert in a moment, but first I want to just quantify Howard, excuse me. What did I call him? Robert, that's the next caller. Sorry. There's so many there. Open the phones up for first-time callers and get like 30 callers in. We have a computerized phone system. We can open it up for about a minute, and 50, 60, 70 phone calls will come in. We just close it. But we're going to go back to your calls in a moment. But to quantify what I was saying earlier, because Howard made me think of this simple truth. Remember under Bush, the Bill of Rights being butchered, the Constitution being butchered, all the socialism getting passed by any yardstick, by any measurement? Bush trying to reauthorize the assault weapons ban, and I'd have conservatives send me threatening emails saying I was a liar. Bush wasn't supporting the assault weapons ban, or Bush wasn't supporting McCain-Feingold that violated the First Amendment. You're living in denial. But why did they do it? Because they felt like they were winners. And the way the media phrased it is Republicans were holding on to power from those evil communist liberals. Now we get the liberals in, and it's a big wake-up call. It'd almost be better if Obama stayed in for 10 years. Can you imagine? We'd probably get this country back. But by the time America wakes up, they're going to give us a Republican who tells us what we want to hear, and it's just going to continue. And then, oh, don't criticize what Mitt Romney or Sarah Palin's doing. You know, they're conservatives. You're a liberal. it's mindless. They all work for the same globalists. Now, real fast, Howard, because I got to get to everybody here. Real fast, finish your story. You're saying you're a pilot, but you're going to fly at 7 p.m. at night, not in the morning, because you were saying during these false flag or staged events. Go ahead.
Every false flag event that I've ever seen, and you tell me where I'm wrong, but I've been looking them up, they all happen early in the morning.
You know why? Because the globalists stage them in the morning to take advantage of the news cycle.
Yeah, it's a full news day. And I've been telling people that. People say, well, why would that be? And this is my intro to tell people. I've actually gotten people to think and start looking these things up. I have an attack plan. I'm going to give it to you real fast for the Blaze, which I do like reading. But they are the commenters on the Blaze are allowed to make their own names up for the comments, and I've been using big long ones with like 50 letters in them. Do another 911. Investigate 911. I've got all sorts of them set up. And you can make them as long as you want, and they're not blocking them out. They're not getting rid of them.
I hear you. I appreciate your call. I appreciate your call, Howard. On message boards, on websites, it is key to use the comment areas, whether it's ABC News or Glenn Beck's website, to put out real information. And notice, you're not hearing the conservative talk show hosts that now have discovered world government, and oh my goodness, it's all real, after for years telling us it didn't exist when they knew full well it did. Notice that you're still hearing them go along with the official fable of these terror attacks, even though the Gulf of Tonkin's admitted to be fake, even though all these other government-sponsored terror attacks have now come out to be just that, inside jobs. Just like Oklahoma City, total inside job to blame the American people. But with 9/11, it's an inside job blamed on foreigners, but domestically it's then used against the people. Let's talk to Robert in Texas. Robert, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
Good, buddy. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to say thank you for opening up my eyes to all the concepts in which you hold. As far as your question is concerned, I don't really think Republicans or Democrats, for that matter, are really going to make the change come November. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the ordeal.
But, I mean, quantify that. Why do you not think that you're going to see change from the Republicans?
Well, because I never trusted them before, and I don't trust them now. That's just my opinion.
Well, my issue is some good Republicans like Rand Paul are probably going to get elected. And so we are moving in the right direction. But Rand Paul is as different as night and day from mainline Republicans like Newt Gingrich.
I see. Well, I appreciate that. I'm not going to hold you up. I know you have other callers.
All right, Robert, good to hear from you. Scott in Arizona, you're on the air.
Hey, thanks for checking the call, Alex. I want to answer the question at the same time put one in that to you that a request actually, and it personally ties in as to
go ahead.
Where I derive this answer from. Yep, two emotions: pain, okay, and anger. And anger is typically a way to deal with pain. People do not make changes until the pain is great enough. Period. Okay, that's how life works. Period. People do not make changes as a whole. For that reason, unless those Republicans that are still in there allow for the pain to continue to accumulate, there will not be the change. When you take a situation like mine, and here comes the part of the request of it, I've heard you have on, I think it was Catherine Austin Fitz. You've talked about the gentleman that did the busted video, talking about CPS, okay? I have been in this for quite some time. However, this week, my efforts have just been ramped up. And the reason is because I had to go through the family court system. I am an awesome father. I'll toot my own horn, and a single one at that because of a pill-popping mother.
But the point is the family courts don't have due process. They were set up 100 years ago for eugenics, and they're designed to break up the family. So what happened?
So, mother decided the day before the latest petition where I was looking for permanent sole legal custody again to make false sexual accusations about me and my daughter with absolutely no substantiation. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I've got a CPS agent who's too chicken to provide her last name banging on my door saying, with their egregious claims and their egregious threats growing and growing, you better let us in or you'll lose your kids forever. And what my request is of you is what you can, where I can, or what I can get from you as far as beyond just searching InfoWars for resources to obtain knowledge, to continue on my battle against this, but also to become even more effective as a proponent against it in fighting it.
Well, Scott, the system trains everybody to make stuff up against each other, and you've just got to impeach her in the court. You've got to point out that it's not even a real court. And you've got to, point out that she never made these claims before. But we have a lot of guest lawyers on about this. We discuss this ad nauseum. It takes a long time to break these things down. I'd have to know the specifics of your case. But this is standard operating procedure in this system. But you don't get the same due process or a real criminal investigation like you would with the real courts. It's done by a predatory CPS. And they train these women and men to make stuff up, and then the child ends up going to the state. That's their end-game plan. So the biggest issue is just to educate people. I appreciate your call. Let's go ahead and talk to Stuart in California. Stuart, you got about a minute and a half. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks, Alex. I've never actually called in before, so I hope you don't mind me using the call-in line. I wanted to point out 3 things that I think are important to keep the baton from being passed back and forth from the Republicans to the Democrats with the New World Order agenda, and that is what you've been doing primarily, is exposing the tools and the root deception structure, which are things like we're seeing now, something we talked about at Bilderberg 08, you and I, we were forcing them to enter a phase of controlled admissions, where they're actually, like the Glenn Beck gambit, they're admitting certain things, but then they're steering away from the really important stuff. Second Amendment issues, depleted uranium.
That's right. They're now admitting, okay, there's a world government because the globalists are out in the open. We've now entered that phase, and the Republicans are playing the part of the opposition to the world government so they can lead it. And we see them not really making, real calls for things that would actually stop the U.S. from losing its sovereignty. This is Stuart Howe, a 9/11 truth activist. I want to come back in the next segment, let him finish up. Then we're going to hurry through Michael, Womack, Tim, Sandy, James, Dave, and others. The toll-free number to join us, 888-201-2244. The question I've thrown out tonight is, what do you expect to come from the Republicans sweeping power? Will it be real change? I think it will be if we hold their feet to the fire. But the bottom line is this. We're making headway. We're making them face real issues. That's why they want to shut down the internet and the alternative media.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Alex Jones here with urgent information concerning trendsresearch.com. The Trends Journal distills the voluminous ongoing research of the Trends Research Institute into a concise, readily accessible form. By tracking 300 separately defined domestic and international trends, the Trends Journal establishes the connections that others fail to see or misinterpret. Gerald Salente's Trends Journal allows you to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take protective strategies. Individual readers from every walk of life can put the Trends Journal Trends Forecast and Trends Analysis to practical use. Extra information to keep you well informed throughout the year when any current event of major social, economic, or political significance occurs. Trends Journal notifies its subscribers of their implications. When you subscribe to the Trends Journal, you'll also receive Trends Alerts. Visit trendsresearch.com today. That's trendsresearch.com. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. This information is too important to wait.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin.